So you probably haven't seen me a whole lot posting stuff on After the Hype's YouTube channel. I've just been mostly lurking in the background, doing producerly things, post-production-y things. If you've seen our thumbnails, you've seen my work. That's kind of what I've been doing these days, when I haven't been figuring stuff out with Demon Days and the like. But that's not why I'm doing a car talk or a driving thought. I'm doing it because I saw the movie Weapons the other night, and I wanted to kind of give some initial thoughts on it, because I know everyone's going to have their thoughts on it, and I kind of want to get mine in too. It's from the guy who did Barbarian, and first of all, I enjoyed Barbarian to a point, and then the end just kind of went whoa for me. I didn't really care for it that much. So going into this, I was a little nervous, but also curious, because I liked the conceit, the tagline being that at like 2:17 in the morning, a bunch of kids from one classroom decide to get up out of their beds and leave, and they're never seen again. And just like that hook is really strong. And I didn't really get a chance to see much in the way of trailers for it or anything like that, but just the hook alone was enough. So then I got to the theater and watched it, and I really liked it initially. I'm signaling, I really liked it, and I'm still kind of chewing over the things I do like about it and what worked and what didn't. So let's just be positive today and go over the things that really kind of stood out to me. I liked the structure and the pacing of the movie. That's kind of my big thing. I do a lot of editing and post-production work, so pacing is a real sticking point for me in a lot of things. So I really liked that. Had a good pace, and by that I mean it's paced properly for the type of story it's telling. There's been some complaints I've seen online that the movie is slowly paced, it's a slow burn, and that it's just not that exciting, and I think that's kind of part of it, and that helps build the tension. There's a lot of tension in the movie. There's a lot of underlying anxieties at play that feed into the horror that the show is doing. And sorry, driving and talking, fun stuff. But there's lots of tensions at play, and it needs time. It needs time to really build and properly pay off. And like I was talking with Brian a while back about Together, and we kind of had a big old discussion about it in our own chat, and just how like that thing just had a lot of problems. And for me, pacing ended up being one of those. Just things just weren't happening at the proper clip, and Weapons I think does that superbly. And as far as the scares go, they're good. I'm not one who startles easily or gets scared by anything I watch, so that's not a big critique or one that I employ a lot. But the visuals are really good. The camera work is fun. If you saw Barbarian and thought that it got too goofy at the end, there is some of that goofiness still, but this thing is dialed back, and I think dialed back well. There is still goofy elements to it, darkly comedic elements, and those work well. And I'm still chewing over those. And there's some plot things I'm also chewing over, and things like that. I'm waffling at a solid, like I'm thinking like right now 7 to 8, only because I grade harsh, but it's solid. This was I enjoyed watching this, and I kind of put it up there with Sinners in terms of just, out of all the movies I've seen this year so far, Sinners and Weapons stand out because I'm still thinking about them. And even chewing over the details, the plot, the choices that were made. And they're things I want to talk about more often than anything else that I've seen in theaters. And I think we ate well with Weapons as far as moviegoers go. And I'd be curious to know what you guys think, or if anything stood out to you. I'm sure I'll have more thoughts at some point, but this might be one of the few bright spots of the year in terms of cinema and horror in cinema. And yeah, I'm excited to continue this conversation on the onlines. I will catch you guys on the onlines. How do I end this thing?